How's it going, brachas and bitches? Emanuel Tweek, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. The last episode was a little while ago, it was about a week and a half ago, if not more, and we left off right. Oh, I can't see the log. But I promise the last place we left off was literally the screen right before this. I accidentally pressed right before I saved it after the video ended. I accidentally pressed the left click, so it forwarded, but just one frame. So this is the exact next thing that loaded up. So Kanako, that's some good eating. Sure, a big bowl, right? I'm pretty confident in my cooking. Until recently, I was living with my father, who was ordered to transfer to the country, and every day I helped with the housework. Yo, I really want to move to Japan at the countryside, bro. Man, like I've seen videos and pictures, and it looks so beautiful over there. Like, and I visit the city and everything, like Tokyo and all that stuff. I don't know a lot about it. I'm not just saying it out of like weeb curiosity and all that shit. But at the same time, I probably won't because I heard that there's a lot of paperwork that needs to be done in order to live in Japan. And of course, the cultural differences, the language barrier, a lot of differences over there that I'm gonna have to get accustomed to. I probably won't, but I'm saying like it's a dream of mine to be over there. I was in charge preparing the meals, and it's not like I hated cooking or anything. That's one of the reasons why I accepted the job as dorm mother. So the others don't eat breakfast, huh? Since just now, no one has come into the dining hall. Sometimes there will be someone walking through the hallway in front, but they seem to be sneaking around. Kanako looked towards the hallway just as the oldest boarder, Yuka, was peeking in before swiftly dashing off. Are they gay? But Kaifu is a co-ed school, right? I don't know how I'm pronouncing it. I see. It seems that a guy being the dorm mother of a all girls dormitory will have its problems after all. There is a reason why I accepted the job as dorm mother at Flying Fish Manor. Not long ago, the owner janitor collapsed. Damn. It sounds like she's pretty old, and as well as straining her back, she caught a summer cold, which became aggravated. The owner soon began looking for began the owner soon began looking for a replacement, but it was hard to find one. Sorry guys, it's hard for me to read out loud. Then she sought help from the real estate company where my mother works. You know, this is something that not bothered me, but up until like 3 years ago, I did not know that brang was not a word. This has nothing to do with this, but sought, I remember I looked up one time, seeked. I thought that was a word like seeked. Apparently it was not. And that was around the same time that I found out that brang is not a word, it's brought. And I always used to, like, still to this day, I say brang. Like, I bring the table upstairs, when really I know it's brought now, but I still just say brang. It just slides off easier for me. I don't know. This is one of the properties that my mom manages, and is an old acquaintance of the owner from decades ago. She nominated me for this job just as I was planning to come back here. On the documents, my mom is the one responsible for this place, but she got me to carry out the practical duties, in other words, the work of the dorm mother. Then that became the condition for me coming back to this town. As always, she's very crafty, but I wasn't really against the idea, so I accepted. If I'd have known it was a girls' dormitory, of course, I would have refused. This place is old, a little far from the school, but the rent is cheap. Apart from the food and admin expenses, the cost is next to nothing. That's why it would be a big problem for me if I couldn't stay here, and if in worst case scenario the boarders won't be able to go to school. So for now, it seems like they have accepted the guy as a dorm mother. Kanako stacked up the dishes on the counter and licked her lips in satisfaction. Hopefully. Ike, Ike. She had eaten it all, not even a single grain of rice was left. Damn. To have people enjoy my cooking feels pretty good. I feel deeply relieved. I'm happy that things are going well. Oh, geez, I better get ready for school. Ah, Kotori! In the entrance of the dormitory, there was Kotori. She was dressed in her uniform and looked like she was about to go to school. Morning, Kotori. Ohio. Are you going to school? Should we go together? Why? Well, she put it bluntly as she quickly went out the front door. I don't have any friends at school, so I was just asking. It looked like we had got a strange misunderstanding. Wearing my new uniform, I made my way to school. I'm a dorm mother, but also a student of Kaifu Academy. I mean, this is my real occupation. Imagine that, bro. You're literally a student. You go to school and you get paid to literally, like, what, cook food? Today is the first day of my new school. I'm not really the shy type, but I guess I am kind of nervous. I would say that the school I was going to before was a sports-focused all-boys school, Kaifu Academy. The school I'll be going to now is an engineering school and a co-ed, and the school traditions are quite different too. As I walk the streets that lead to school, there are more and more groups of people wearing the same uniform. It is the same area in which I lived 5 years ago. There should be a few people I know, but most of them who I recognize went on to regular schools. I wonder if the ones who choose to go to Kaifu Academy remember me. Even if I only know one person, it would make a big difference. There'll be more weird understandings with Miss Alul, too. Oh yeah, which school does Agaha and the others go to? Minecraft? They're my childhood friends who I always played with when I was a kid. There's Agaha, Mabo, Hotaro, and Anchan. Out of that group, Agaha and Mabo are the same age as me, but we haven't met in 5 years and haven't really stayed in touch. We just about managed to exchange New Year's cards, but that reminds me. In the corner of my last New Year's card, I think there was a small message about which school they were planning to go to. What did it say? A lot of things happened, or maybe I'm just lazy, but I haven't told anyone apart from Anchan that I'm coming back. To be honest, I'm not even sure how I should be if I met them. Yeah, think about that, bro. Like, I moved to Florida from New York, and I was gone for like 2.5 years. When I came back, even on vacation, and I saw all the friends that I haven't seen in like half a year only, if even less than that. Like, things are different, bro. I get it. Like, I was still young. I was I was in middle school, but still, like, things change. And then I went, like, I went back home to Florida, and like I came back on vacation. I saw some friends, whatever. Like, this was during the summertime, so we made like actual meetups and stuff. But when I moved back here from Florida, like altogether in after my freshman year, like in the middle of my freshman year, near the end, things were different. Like, one of my friends, Vartan, Armenian friends, like, he's a really good guy. I still stayed in touch with him, and he was one of my best friends starting high school over here. And like I stayed in touch with. I kind of forced my friendship upon him again. Like, I had lunch with him and I had like a few classes with him, so I talked with him most of the time. I hope that he didn't like oppose it, but we stayed friends. We'd call, whatever, this and that. We'd walk to school, go home together. We were along the way. But after that, like, still everything was different. Before that, like, things change, so it is tough. I understand where you're coming from, Aoi. Oh, did I skip something? Da, da, da. With the ones like Agaha, she'd probably smash my face in. She'd say, "Why didn't you contact me?" or something. She looked and acted like a real tomboy. But when I remember the past, it makes me smile, but... Alright, okay. Huh? At the point where Toe Street leading to the school... Toe Street? Leading to the school meet, there was a girl wearing a Kaifu uniform standing there looking towards me. The other girls that she was walking up to school with asked, "What's up?" and she seemed puzzled as they spoke to her. However, it seems that the girl can't hear them and she's staring over here at me. Just faintly, her eyes seem full of surprise. She's pretty cute. Without realizing, I stopped walking. I was staring at the girl. Until a few days ago, I was going to an all-boys school. The sight of a girl on the way to school in her uniform, she was pretty cute too, causing me to get palpitations, is perfectly reasonable. Huh? Who is this? Yes, it is. Yo, why is the words backwards, bro? I can't read that. That's not English. I think your juice box is upside down. It is. Suddenly having someone call my name in such a carefree manner made me a little nervous. Who is it? Hi? There, she said my name again. And she has such a happy expression on her face. Do I know any girls this cute? No, wait, I've seen this face before. When she smiles like this and her eyes sparkle like a little kid's. Is that you, Ageha? Yo, what an ugly name. She asked as she briskly moved closer, bringing her face right up to mine. It's definitely Ageha. She changed a lot, but if I look at her face, there's no doubt it's her. Is that really that Ageha? Let's just call you Himegi. I'm probably gonna forget it because it's not on the fucking thing. What is it? What is it? Said the other girls as they gathered around in a circle. Ageha turned to face me and introduced me. Sachin replied, "No way, Aoi," as she warmly raised her voice in surprise. When we were in the 4th grade of elementary school, we were in the same class once. The girls seemed impressed by Ageha's explanation, and they looked at me with eyes full of expectation. Nice to meet you. I'm Aoi Minase. Minas? Minace. In front of all these girls in their uniforms, I greeted them with a stern look on my face as I tried to hide my embarrassment. Ageha laughed as she looked on with relish. Mix it with the relish. Relish like the sauce? I never thought, or a condiment. I never thought I would find myself doing introductions in the street on the way to school like this, so I was totally unprepared. Do you not speak to people? I'll say it again. Let me do it again. I could hear Miss Alul's words in the back of my mind. Shit, hopefully. As she spoke, Ageha was moving her hand around my head to show the difference in height between myself and her. Our bodies were making contact, but she either didn't notice or didn't really mind. I flinched slightly, but the fact that she was so unreserved actually made me feel more comfortable. Yes, this is Coco. I think that's high school in Japanese. I watch a lot of the animes back in my days. Speaking of which, you've changed too. As she said, "You think so?" She looked at herself. Yeah, you always look like a boy, so I was surprised to see that you became a girl. Nice. Those were my honest thoughts, but I said them in a way that sounded weird. I thought she might find it slightly charming, but Ageha laughed happily and did a little turn on the spot. The force of her spin made her skirt float around gently. Yeah, it's like you're not really Ageha. While dazed and not really thinking, those thoughts kind of just slipped out. Ageha was pleased and did high fives with her friends. Are you gay? Seeing her in high spirits like this was let me do it again. Seeing her in high spirits like this was just like old times. Thank you very much. Ageha, my best friend during childhood, hadn't changed in 5 years that had passed. Her appearance was surprising, though. The lessons on my first day at my new school flew by in the blink of an eye. Between the language and social studies lessons taught in regular schools were those from a special curriculum. I was still in the 2nd grade, so there aren't that many, but it looks like when you go into the 3rd and 4th grades, the number of these specialist lessons increases. By the way, this is a 5-year school. Good luck. That's why when walking in the hallways, this kind of thing happens. Hey, she's pretty. Coming from an all-boys school with its sad customs, I couldn't help my eyes from following the girls as I walked past them. Yo, how do I, look at... This is the fucking inside of your school? Damn! It's a fucking futuristic mall. Obviously. No, that's not it. I just thought that they'd look really grown up, that's all. At our age, a gap between of 3 or 4 years is pretty big. The students in the upper grades look very mature. Huh? Why is that? Without thinking, I really took an interest in that, and Ageha looked at me as if she wanted to call me a pervert. I'd heard about that before I transferred. They increased the number of courses for girls and asked famous designers to make the designs for the new buildings. It has been said, thanks to that, the ratio of boys is about 50-50, which is one of the selling points of the school. Bearing this in mind, I felt uneasy about choosing this school as the one I would transfer to, but I'd like people to think that it can't be helped because I'm from an all-boys school. By the way, it's now lunchtime. Agaha is in the middle of giving me a guided tour of the school building. Yeah, but this really is an amazing school. The school itself is pretty old. Due to it being a special kind of school, of course, it's famous in the local area. I've known about it too since I was a little kid. Yo, look at this. This isn't a fucking school. This is a fucking airplane hangar above ground. What the fuck? The school building was rebuilt over the last few years, with the renovations divided into several stages, the last of which was just completed just 1 year ago. It's said that it's because of the famous designers. The design uses many curved lines, so the appearance is far removed from what is generally associated with the word school. Yo, what the fuck? Is this a whistle? It felt like I had entered some kind of sci-fi setting. Exactly. But this is sick, bro. Imagine living here. Or going to school here. Oh. Disabled access? That's right. Miss Kotori, should be somewhere in the school. That's a good thing, no? Agaha, as she walked by my side, was happily murmuring as she looked at my face. Hey, fuck you. Yeah, same to you. If she knew that when we met on the way to school earlier, I thought she's pretty cute, she'd never let it go, but I better keep it quiet. You heard about it from Anchan? By the way, I'm in the same class as Agaha. She knew that I might be coming as a transfer student, which is why she wasn't surprised by our chance meeting this morning. Sorry. The reason why we call him Anchan isn't because he's like an older brother type guy. Aniki, an older guy, like a big brother. He was our childhood friend, but he was much older than us, so we nicknamed him Anchan. He's not related by blood, but he's just like a real big brother. Agaha glared at me as she, and said "Jeez" as I tried to laugh it off. The fuck? She wouldn't really have hit me. As we talked, we went back to the classroom. This is your classroom? What the fuck? Yo, why couldn't I have been born in this place, bro? It's too late for me now. Like, I'm gonna have to move to this fucking Japan island shit and have my kids go here, bro. Like, what the fuck? They have no war, like, no no army equipment and shit. They just spend it all on technology. If my kids are gonna have to, like, this, and especially in the future, let's say, 10 years I was gonna say, but they're, if I'm gonna have kids in even 10 years, they're gonna be still young, so, like, 20 years, let's say, 15 years, yeah, 20 years, whatever. Bro, shit's gonna be advanced. I feel a little uneasy taking lessons here, but maybe I'll get used to it sometime soon. By the way, there's a girl in a wheelchair in this school, right? Miss Alul, no, I mean, she's called Kotori Habane. I asked Agaha as we returned to our seats. I didn't ask what grade she was in, but even if it's not the same, I thought Agaha would at least be aware of her. Agaha reacted like she was being evasive. It wasn't just Agaha, but the other people sitting nearby who heard our conversation also seemed kind of awkward. Huh? After Agaha said that, someone added, "You mean today either, don't you? She over here? By the fucking windmills again?" The way she said that seemed quite harsh. That can't be, I mean... I thought about explaining the fact that she had left the dormitory this morning in her uniform, but I held my tongue. It's the right thing to do. The atmosphere was kind of strange. Not feeling well? Yesterday she went out to Windmill Hill, and then later she was chasing the duck around the halls of the dormitory. And this morning she left wearing her uniform. Is she skipping school? No fucking shit. However, more worrying than that was Kotori is up to. More worrying than what Kotori is up to is the reaction of the others in the class where they heard I was talking about her. Even Agaha looked like she had something she wanted to say but couldn't. But I don't really know what the situation is, so I can't really say anything. Shut the fuck up. As the awkwardness started to fade, an optimistic voice called out. From the entrance of the classroom, a carefree-looking guy poked his head and started speaking to a boy in our class. Huh? Ow, my ear. I lowered the volume. You know what? Let me make it a little bit louder, honestly. Because I feel like my mic volume, I did a test before to see how the audio sounded and how the video was looking. Everything was good, but my mic volume was a little bit too loud compared to the desktop noise. The guy known as Mabo came into the classroom. The fuck are these glasses? Kill yourself. Agaha and I both looked blankly at him for a moment. Long time no see, Mabo. My boy? Huh? Why is this transfer student being so buddy-buddy with me? His face seemed to say. It's me. Have you forgotten me? I looked at Agaha and she wanted to surprise him, so it seemed like she intentionally didn't tell him. This slightly superficial guy is Masatsugu Tasaki, or Mabo as we call him. Yeah, thank God. He's a childhood friend. You seem well, Mabo. You've grown pretty big. That's not... Is that something you say to your friend? Mabo used to be really small, but now he is about the same size as me. Bro, you don't say size. You say height. It's not quite like the change in Agaha, but in the 5 years that have passed since we were kids, it looked like he's grown about twice the size. Bro, like... We grabbed each other by the right hand. This was instead of a small, quiet greeting. Yeah, I'm back, Mabo. My boy. Let's just call him my boy. This time, bam, he gave me a full-on hug. Hey! This is what they call gay. No, I'm playing. We were the only ones who thought so, whereas all the girls were totally freaked out. Huh? What? My boy suddenly backed off and thrust his finger at the end of my nose. What is this all of a sudden? I was about to say something fucked up. I was gonna be... I'm gonna say it anyway. I'll be like, did you guys get another bomb dropped on you? Holy fuck! Oh, that's fucked up. Wow. What's wrong with me, bro? Why am I being so cynical? I'm sorry, but it's not my fault that I had to move away. If you want to complain, say it to my dad. I thought about writing a letter, but I felt kind of embarrassed. For the most part, the fact that there was no contact was both our faults. Yo, fuck you. Are you 2 years old, bro? Relax. Oh my gosh. With saliva flying out of his mouth. As he emphasized his words, my boy forgot all about borrowing the English dictionary and stormed out of the classroom. It wasn't just us, but everyone in the classroom was shocked. I think that was the correct decision. I want to say thank you. Even so, he did seem really upset about it. Yo, who just stole my mic and said that, bro? My gosh, it's embarrassing. Huh? Don't say it like that. It sounds weird. While we carried on talking, the bell to mark the end of lunchtime sounded. I hope you guys heard that. That was a pleasant sounding bell. The bell in my high school sounded like fucking prison alarms. Everyone put away their lunchboxes and got ready for the next lesson. Agaha went back to her seat. She stopped halfway, then walked back. What's up? Agaha seemed concerned about those around us and lowered her voice. Well, the truth is, my mom asked me to be the dorm mother of a student dormitory. I lowered my voice so that those around us couldn't hear. Kotori is boarding there. My mom asked me to take good care of Kotori. Even if she hadn't, I'd be worried about her anyway. As she listened to my explanation, Agaha thought it over. Her expression darkened somehow. Shit, if I was a cripple, I wouldn't either. Looked as if she was saying, I can't believe she doesn't enjoy school. You seem to enjoy it. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't remember if I said this in a different video like a long time ago or even recently maybe. Like, I don't remember if I said this in any video, but I might have. Bro, in Florida, the high school I went to for my freshman year, like, I actually, the one time in my life that I enjoyed school. Bro, South Broward, bro, that high school, oh my gosh. It was right above Miami. Because I lived in Hollywood for freshman year of high school. I lived when I moved to Florida, I went to Miami, Sunny Isles, and then I moved to. I was there for like half a year to 8 months, something like that, and then I moved to Coconut Creek, which is right. It's a little bit above. It's above North Miami, and then right next to Miami, like right the town right next to Miami is Hollywood, and I was there, bro. It was so fire over there. There was this place called Young Circle, and there was a bunch of like fucking like plazas and shit. I don't know how to. I don't know if that's the word, but there was like a bunch of stores around everywhere, bro. It was amazing. And then the Young Circle spot was like a big ass park. They had everything over there. It was all a movie, bro. I lived in Zoe 101. I feel like I did say this actually, but yo, like I enjoyed being in school, bro. Sometimes. Bro, I used to stay there till like 8 o'clock in the nighttime, bro. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I used to get there. I used to wake up 6 o'clock, leave the house 6:45, get on the bus, get to school at like 7:20. I used to walk around for a little bit, talk to my friends until school started at like 7:45. And then I would be there all day, bro. I couldn't wait to be at school. That's how bad. It was a fire school where they had everything you could ever wanted. I guess. Anyway, sorry that I keep doing these stories, but it's my fucking video. If you don't like it, fuck off. It was still my first day at a new school, but I was enjoying it quite a lot too. Whether or not she was convinced by my story, Agaha mumbled something or other as she returned to her seat. After school, I was alone and wandering around the school building. This is so that I could take a look at some of the club activities. Film studies, theater club, there's even an RC club. This is, after all, a specialist school. The fuck is this, a NEN category, bro? What are you doing? Looking at the playing field from the window in the heat outside, I saw the sports club practicing. Compared to my school, it's pretty calm. The sports clubs at the school I used to go to were taken so seriously, as it should be. The sight of training before a match was one of the grueling harshness. Wait, what do I mean, my school? I'm a student of this school now. I'll go take a look. I went down next to the playing field to watch the sports clubs practicing. Before long, I started to feel a little down, so I left. The doctor said that if it's a light exercise, it shouldn't be a problem. I tried stamping down strongly with my right foot, and there isn't really any discomfort. There, the baseball club, which was returning through from the off-campus running course, entered through the school gates. Huh? The one calling me was an old acquaintance. It's you, Taguchi. It's been a long time. No, not yet. I'm going around taking a look now. sorry, I might have skipped that too fast. When I was a kid, I often played baseball in the park. Some of the guys in the group that were my teammates or the other team were in the baseball team. I'll think about it. Fucking baseball? What are you, gay? Play basketball, bro. Why does nobody take a career path in basketball? Fuck! I get it, it's not a popular sport. One of Japan's most popular sports probably is baseball. But come on, bro. The only two like basketball related things I know ever is fucking Kuroko's basketball and slam dunk, bro. I casually responded, and as the baseball team members replied, "Come on, join us seriously," as they returned to the playing field. If I could play physical activities, baseball, in fact anything, would be okay. As I grumbled to myself, I felt that I didn't want to go back to the playing field, so I entered the path leading back to the school. I spent a while walking around the back of the school. It was called a rear garden, but it looked like it hadn't been taken care of at all, and there was just an empty space with reeds growing everywhere. In that empty space, there was a garage. Oh, I thought I said garbage. Tea time. Hello, I'm coming in. Konbanwa. Looks like no one's here, but I thought I should just say something just to let someone know, just in case. Is this place used for club activities too? Or is it used for lessons? I don't know what they're used for, but there are many tools and parts crammed onto the shelves that cover the walls. There in the center is a huge object covered in a sheet. The feelings that had washed over me like a wave when I was watching the sports club strangely subside from being here. The tools and the dimly lit garage must have reminded me of the times where I would tinker with my bicycle. What is this used for? I conceal the sound of my footsteps as I sneak inside the garage. It's pretty spacious. There's a tea set here too. There was no doubt about it. Someone is using this place. I got a strange sense of activity. I guess it must be one of the clubs. What? There's someone here. What's up with our nose? Get the angles right, bro. I was so surprised it felt like my heart was going to jump out. The person over there seemed not to have noticed me at all. I'm not sure if you could call it a drawing board, but as she stared on the plans that were placed there, she was kind of groaning. I'm sorry for letting myself in here. I'll be going now. It's no good, she didn't hear me. Her eyes were so serious as she stared at the plans and looked like she was really concentrating. I didn't know what to do, so I just looked at her from the side. Now that I look closely, she's really beautiful. Hey, what am I staring at her? You got that Issei vibe in you, ah? I hurriedly looked away. However, it looks as if she still hadn't noticed me, so I take another glimpse. She looks quite mature. Is she in the 5th grade? She's so pretty. Kotori is pretty too, but this person is different and has a mysterious charm. Fwoosh! She suddenly stood up. I'm sorry. Without thinking, I avert my eyes and apologize, but she's looking straight. Past me and grabs a big, thick book from the shelf. She flicked through the pages and looked like she found something before going straight back to her seat. In good spirits, she began swiftly drawing the plans. The pen made a nice swoosh swoosh sound as it ran across the page. The feeling of maturity that she had until just now suddenly changed. Bro, no better feeling than a fucking good ass pen gliding across a page. Oh my gosh, bro. Better than sex. Oh. When she smiles all of a sudden, she looks more like a kid. As her eyes looked straight at the plans, they looked as though they were crystal clear purity to them. They had a crystal clear purity to them. Just like an innocent child, her eyes looked though she believed that this world is full of wonders, sparkling things. Wonderful, sparkling things. Fuck, I gotta learn how to read. Her hands stopped moving. I got the timing right. Excuse me. Sumimasen? She finally noticed me. Konnichiwa. Chutam. Even though I had unexpectedly appeared like that, she didn't show any signs of caution. And still in good spirits, she smiled and greeted me. Hi. I thought that I should say something to her, but I didn't know. I didn't think of what to say after that. Watashi mo namae wa Emanuel Tweek desu. I'm sorry, I think that I just let myself in here. I just transferred here today, but I was taking a look at club activities and I got lost and came in here. I got a little carried away and said more than I needed to, but she didn't seem interested at all. She looked at me as if to say, yes, and? It seemed like a kind of blunt way to say it, but she wasn't angry or anything. She has a strange way of speaking. Well, sorry, I'd better go. Fucking queer. As I said that, like a total loser, thank you, knowing it's half the battle, a huge sound echoed around the garage. What's that noise? With the lack of energy in her voice, the beautiful girl before me held her stomach and fell down onto the drawing board. What was that sound in your stomach just now? We're inside the garage, so the sound echoed crazy and sounded like the growl of a monster. She seemed to sway as she tried to get up, but she didn't have enough energy, so she slumped back down with her cheek on the drawing board. Would you like to eat this? I took some bread out of my bag. I thought I'd get hungry with just a lunchbox, so at lunchtime I bought some melon bread. Melon bread? Nani? Her eyes shone as if she were an explorer who had discovered treasure in a cave in some unexplored place. Nathan Drake? Go ahead. She took the melon bread, opened the wrapper immediately, and bit into the contents. She was getting crumbs everywhere, but really looked like she was enjoying it as she devoured it greedily. Could that be because she's poor? Yeah. The fact that she was so ecstatic over something like melon bread actually made me quite worried. She didn't show any signs that she was thinking of my generosity and just ate up the high-calorie melon bread. She murmured happily, looking happy as can be. She looked like she was mulling over the taste of the melon bread in her brain. She said as she turned back to the drawing board. Weirdo. Then she started drawing the plans again with incredible energy. From the serious... With no Bev? She did that with no Bev? Damn. From the serious look on her face, it seemed that she had already forgotten about me. She's strange. Not just a little, but very strange. Okay, well, I'd better be off now. Perhaps she didn't hear me. John, eh? I put the melon bread wrapper that she had left behind in my back pocket and turned to leave. I reluctantly left the special atmosphere of the garage behind me. Took an awkward pause over there. I thought that was the end of the sentence. Wow, use your eyes, Emanuel. Tweek, come on. Well then, maybe I should head back. By the time I had finished watching the various clubs, the sky was orange and the sun was setting. Yo. Agaha was at the school gates. Agaha looked towards me and points the cell phone she was holding at me. I told Agaha that I would take a look at the club activities before leaving. I left that at the dormitory. Because fuck you, that's why. Doesn't it say in the school rules you can't bring your cell phones to school? It's alright if you don't get caught, it seems. In my case, I'm not so worried about the school rules. It's just bothersome to carry a cell phone around with me. What? How do you know my number? 5 years ago when I left Kazakura, I was still just a kid and I didn't have a cell phone. Damn, we're all bitches for days. What? Don't bother, it's too much hassle. Writing text on a cell phone is too fiddly, which really is a pain, so I don't really like it. Wow, you're really like retarded. But it looks like Agaha isn't listening to me and has started walking on ahead. But honestly, like, I always like I don't give shit to like old people, but like I just think sometimes I'm like, bro, like why don't you just learn how to use like modern technology? But a lot of it has to do with patience. Like no, they don't have the patience to just sit there and read all the fucking commands and shit to understand how things work. And it's a different era. Because I'm thinking now, like even in when I grew up with certain things, like I grew up with I didn't grow up with it, but I grew up watching Generation One of Pokemon, right? So I don't like change because like let's say I had the my big ass box TV like my grandparents had, right? That's all they grew up with a fucking box TV, let's say. Uh in modern days it'd be nice, yeah, obviously to have a big ass fucking flat screen TV. But at the same time, like bro, with all the fucking changes and shit and all these settings and these fucking adaptations, it's be too much for me to fucking care about. I just want to go back to the simple times where I grew up. Whoa, what the fuck? I just got a big notification. I hope that didn't come through the desktop audio. Hope you guys didn't hear that. Sorry. But yeah, like at the same, like I understand, bro. So, as I was saying with the Pokemon thing, like how I relate to that is I don't like the new generation of Pokemon. I like Generation 1, and because I played Pokemon Emerald on the Game Boy Advance, I like Generation 3. Like that's literally it. I hate every other generation. Generation 2 is okay. Generation 4 is fine. 5 is passable. 6 is like I played halfway through the game. I didn't like anything else. But and I don't know about the rest of them. Like I don't know what they're at right now. 7, 8, 9. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, okay. Sorry again. You don't like it? Piss off, mate. I'm kidding. I need a sub. But it looks like Aga isn't listening to me and has started walking on ahead. These fucking Windows Movie Maker effects, bro. It seems like an interesting school. Hashtag so aoi. It was different at the sports school or regular schools and had a special kind of atmosphere. Everyone looks like they enjoy it, and it's, how should I say, like they come here to hang out. That's fire though, that's how school should be. Things they want to do. I don't know, there were a few that seemed interesting though. Yeah, that'd be fire. It'd be fire and it wouldn't at the same time if you went to a school that had like a very bad sports team and you were playing there. You would be the star, but at the same time, your team would be so ass that you wouldn't really gain benefits. And when you would play in games, like your team is gonna lose. What do you do, Agaha? Robots? That sounds interesting too. Yeah, I'll think about it. Huh? Isn't your place around here? No way, seriously? Bro, I was talking with one of my friends today, with Lior today, from Herbs. Bro, like, I miss going to grocery stores as a kid, bro. I was just naming off all the grocery stores I used to go to and look at it like it was a fucking, like it was a theme park, bro. Oh, man. I wanted to go in some of them today just for the nostalgia, bro. Like, man, bro, I miss that. I miss those times. You would go, you would see the cereal, the yogurt, fucking all the candies, the gummy bears, all that shit, and you'd be like, oh, let me get this, let me get that. Can I get this? Can I get that? And even just standing next to the fucking like produce, bro, smelling the cilantro and shit. I don't know, bro. The era fucking brings me back to. I say era like it was 80 fucking years ago, or even 800 years ago. Ah, hey. Thanks for everything today. Riddle me retarded, but what the fuck is a parfait? No, I mean, that you're the same way towards me as in the past. That was a big help. Arigato, Agaha. Okay, okay. Ah. Ah. Bitches for days. Seriously? 마지카요? So what? I didn't have that kind of thing at an all-boys school. Agaha looked happy as she said that. So have you. To be honest, I thought she would have grown up to be more rough and tomboyish. Agaha started smiling quietly. Looking at the innocent smile reminded me of how Agaha was when she was just a kid. Ah, yeah. Bam, what the fuck? Ow! She gave me a great big slap on the back. Yeah. Agaha gave me a big wave and turned the corner. Ouch, you doofus. Yo, you're so gay, Aoi. She might have gotten a little cuter, but she hadn't really changed on the inside. Welcome back, huh? Her attitude hasn't really changed since before, and somehow I felt that it had saved me. That's good, though. That is good. Boom, screenshot. After Aga and I went our separate ways, I did some shopping for dinner on the way back. It's gonna be hot again tomorrow, so I have to give them some food that will give them stamina. Enthusiastically, I put the menu together in my head. Oh no, I forgot to buy milk. There was a convenience store right in front of me. 5 years ago, there was a tobacconist here? You mean a smoke shop? It's a little expensive, but I don't have time to go back to the supermarket. I thought to myself. You! Timmy. The automatic doors opened and the one with self-proclaimed cool allure left the shop. She had a big bag on her lap and she had a smile on her face, which was the exact opposite of cool. She didn't notice me and went back in the direction of the dormitory. It's her. She didn't go to school, so what is she doing? I gave up on buying milk and followed Kotori. Bro, you're right. You're still there. You know where she's going. She's gonna be home. When she got back to the dormitory, Kotori opened the front door just slightly. She called Hat from the other side of the door and spoke to him about something. She was sneaking around and seemed really suspicious. Is she talking about me? This is a girls' dormitory, so I'm the only boy here. I don't remember being mean, though. I don't know why, but it would appear that she is sneaking around to avoid being found by me. If that's how you feel. I headed for the back of the dormitory. I'll hide in the kitchen for now. Shh! If this is about me, tell her I'm not here. I doubt that he got the message, but he wiggled his butt and left the dining hall and headed for the entrance. While I'm waiting in ambush, I'll put the food I bought in the fridge. After a little while... Ha ha ha! Bakayero! When Kotori came into the dining hall, she went straight for the cupboard and took out a spoon. Without taking out a dish, she stayed seated in her wheelchair. Where the fuck would she go? She's in a wheelchair! She put the shopping bag from the convenience store on the table. Inside was... Hargen-Darsh? Hargen-Darsh? Oh, wow, I get it, like copyright or whatever the fuck. Yeah, Häagen-Dazs, but Hargen-Darsh? Yo, that's funny. Needless to say, it was top quality ice cream. Not only that, but it was a family size. Damn, bitch. It's the big cut that costs 2,500 yen. Damn, what is that, like 25 bucks? Fucking crazy. She opened the lid and in her right hand she had the type of spoon that you'd eat things like curry with. Huh? Kotori's spoon was still above the smooth surface of the Häagen-Dazs. Then she dug a big hole in it. One scoop like that would be about 100 yen, and she stuffed the whole thing in one mouthful. Huh? She brought her hand to her cheek as though she was flooded with in happiness from the bottom of her heart. What is she doing? Seeing what she was doing made hiding and watching her seem pretty ridiculous. Without knowing I was watching, Kotori began to shovel in more ice cream like a construction machine. Even if it was only 100 yen ice cream, you'd savor the flavor more than that. With the next mouthful of ice cream, Kotori suddenly lowered her head, holding her temples. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Rookie mistake, retard. To be able to get brain freeze from eating too much Haagen-Dazs is the very height of luxury. Haagen-Dazs, bro. It's fun. It's funny to even say. During this little pause, Kotori opened up her notebook. There was something written there. I sneak up a little closer behind her. Shh. Next to the words, eat as much Haagen-Dazs as I want, Kotori happily wrote the word done. That was your life goal? or your to-do list for today alone? It seemed to be some sort of list. Things I want to do. That was a title and there was bullet points below. Stroke the head of a big dog in the neighborhood. It's really scary, but it might be unexpectedly friendly. If possible, I like to ride around on its back. Fill the bath water with water and swim in it like a pool. Pie throwing, and so on. Among those was go and see Windmill Hill, with done written next to it. What is this? Ah! Kotori's scream pierced my right ear out of my left. I was here before you were. Her mouth was open in shock as she looked at Hat. My boy. Well, I guess it's no good sending a duck to scout the place out. Even if he was able to completely grasp what his responsibility was, there's no way he could convey the message. Kotori seemed ashamed and looked away. I'm sorry I surprised you. You were sneaking around, so I was wondering what you were doing. I didn't mean to spoil her personal enjoyment. Eat shit. I went back to the kitchen to get things ready for dinner. Okay, well, guys, it's a little bit of a longer episode, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. It was fun as hell for me. That's about it. I don't know what else to say. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. That helps me out, and it lets me know that people enjoy this so I can keep making more content. Thank you once again. I will see everybody next time. Deuces.